in this great auditorium tonight, we're all tremendously pleased and honored to have Ron Reagan and Nancy Reagan come down
May I just say some words? There are cynics who say that a party platform is something that no one bothers to read and it doesn't very often amount to much. Whether it is different this time than it has ever been before, I believe the Republican Party has a platform that is a banner of bold, unmistakable colors with no pale pastel shades.
Kansas City, 1976. You know, it's been 40 years since the last contested Republican convention, and it appears the GOP may be headed back down that path. Over the weekend, Reince Priebus, the chairman of the Republican National Committee, said a contested convention is a real possibility. For more on that, we welcome in political commentator and the son of President Reagan, Michael Reagan. Michael is the author of ReaganReports.com, and you can find and follow him on Twitter at Reagan World. So, Michael, so good to have you back here on Newsmax Prime. And again, RNC Chair Reince Priebus receiving a lot of criticism for his handling of this entire process. Newsmax CEO Chris Ruddy discussed the issue with CNN's Don Lemon. Let's look and listen.
One of the big problems is there is really no Republican Party left. The super PACs have eviscerated it. Reince Priebus has been a disaster. He's lost control of the party. You now have one candidate dictating the terms of debates, when he's going to show up, whether he's going to do. It's a really bad situation.
So my question to you is this, Michael. Has Reince Priebus lost control of the process, and should he stand down prior to the convention?
No, I don't think he should stand down prior to the convention. He can put it all back together. But what does he want the Republican Party to be in the future? Does he want it to be the party of Donald Trump or the party of Ronald Reagan? I mean, that's the decision Reince Priebus is in fact going to have to make. But listening to that first segment you had with Gerald Ford asking my father to come down, we thought that was the greatest gaffe in politics, asking my father to come down, the great communicator, and address the convention hall after the president spoke. And of course, the rest is history, because he went on to win in 1980 and become president of the United States of America.
Well, maybe a gaffe in some quarters, but in retrospect, a gift to your dad as we look back at that footage, and it did lay the groundwork for 1980. But what about the intra-party strife right now? The notion that that somehow Trump as a leader is unacceptable and the party needs to do what it can to derail the Trump train. Do you believe the chairman is taking an active role in that?
No, I got to tell you, this isn't new. This is old politics. This is a process that, in fact, you go through. There are people who are against Trump. There's people who are for Trump. I'm sure the RNC is scared to death of a Donald Trump presidency, or a Donald Trump running for the highest office, what it might do to the Senate of the United States, the House of Representatives. I'm sure they have that concern. They had the same concern about Ronald Reagan, back in 1976 and 1980. So contested conventions are not a bad deal. It is the process in fact, you go through. People are asking for everybody to drop out, Kasich to drop out. Why won't he drop out? Well, if Kasich doesn't win Ohio, Donald Trump wins Ohio, and he gets closer and closer to getting the nomination of the party. This is what you go through. This is the process you fight for, and what have you. So it's going to be interesting to watch. And I got to tell you, contested conventions are a hell of a lot more fun than coronations.
Well, it will be interesting from our viewpoint, because we'd have plenty to talk about. Michael Reagan, we thank you for talking with us tonight, and we look forward to having you back tomorrow night. Speaking of tomorrow night, the place I used to represent in Congress, Arizona and Utah, both having their primaries. We will have coverage here, part of America Votes 2016. And our coverage begins tomorrow night at 8 Eastern, 5 o'clock in the West. So we hope you'll join us for that. Our program continues after this.